Dragon fans, I'm back with episode 7, Reign of Fireworms. Hey guys, this is Morgan with the Rotoscopers, and today I am bringing you my recap and review of Dragons Race to the Edge. This is episode 7, and I really liked this episode. I thought that there was a considerable threat with the fireworms, and I loved getting to see the twins in action and their attempt at leading. All around, it was really fun. So let's get into it. We start off with Fishlegs, and he is taking the first annual Dragon's Edge consensus. He's counting all the dragons just to see where they're at. But then he sees a fireworm, which typically aren't part of the island, so this is very concerning to him. He sees more and more and realizes, oh crap. This island might actually be a part of their migration. And that's not good because anything that the fireworms touch goes up in flames. So he goes back and he tells the dragon riders about this, and the twins of course are like, yeah, we love fireworms, they're the best. Hiccup says, are you still gonna love them when the whole island is on fire? Toughnut says, yes, no, so they're supposed to go off and get things ready for the fireworms, and the twins actually haven't done anything. Au contraire, we've actually done quite a lot. Turns out that they found this naming stone, which basically says that an ancient Thorsten ancestor found this island a long time ago and claimed it for him and all his future ancestors. Which means that Roughnut and Toughnut are now the leaders and owners of the island. Great. This is gonna be swell. They bring Stoic and Gobber along to double check that this is valid, authentic, and turns out that it is, and there's really nothing they can do about it. Sorry. Welcome to my world. But now, it's your world. So Hiccup says, okay, whatever, we'll let them be leaders, and after a few days they'll realize that it's a lot of hard work, that it sucks, and they'll just give up this whole reigning nonsense. So the very first thing that the twins do is they put up a sign, and it's the name of their new island, which is Thorstenton. It's a mouthful. Then they come along and they have a whole bunch of rules for everyone. Rule number 1, everyone must bow when the leaders come into a room. Room number 2, you must bow when we are leaving the room. Room number 3, and so on and so forth. There is a rule for everything. There is a rule that if you land, you have to pay a fee. If you leave, you have to pay a fee. There is a rule that if you land your dragon here, you have to pay a small fee, but if you leave with your dragon, you also have to pay a small fee. Also, the letter S has been removed entirely from the alphabet. But doesn't Thorstenton have an S? Thornton? They also give all of the dragon riders assignments. So Notlout is the sergeant at arms. He's basically the police. He makes sure everything gets done that they want to have done. We have Fishlegs, who is the poet laureate. We have Astrid, who is the royal bush clearer, and Hiccup, who is the stable boy. Table boy. But the system doesn't really work out because they are horrible leaders, and eventually everyone breaks the rules, people get fed up with it, and get put in jail. But they are so dense they don't realize that when your whole town and society is in jail except for the ruler and the ruler's sister, that's a problem because no one can do any work. So they're having a fun time, they're kicking a sheep around, and then they go outside and they realize, wow, there's a lot of fireworms right now, isn't someone going to take care of these? So fireworms start coming down from the sky and they're trying to stomp them out. It's not working. So they go back to the jail and they say, hey, you guys get out of here, help us. And the dragon riders, led by Hiccup, are not budging. They say, nope, we're not going to let you rule us. Sorry, that's not okay. Nope, we'll just stay right here. So the twins start freaking out and then say, okay, well, you can be the best friend to the ruler or second in command to the ruler. Hiccup, nope. So eventually they decide, hey, let's just split the island amongst us evenly, and in the meantime, let's figure out the situation with the fireworms. That works great, so they're all best friends again, but the fireworms are coming, they are attacking, they are migrating right here, and the forests are getting on fire. It's getting out of control, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. So they go off to another part of the island, and they try to create a dirt barricade because fire can't travel through the dirt, and use that as a place of refuge to hide while the fireworms are there. That doesn't work out too well, but finally the knights save the day. They have formed the shape of a queen fireworm, and the fireworms are following that shape. So what they do is they convince the knight to go to this other island that's made entirely of rocks, and all the fireworms follow them, and they migrate and land there, and hooray, everything is happy. So after that, Roughnut and Toughnut realize the error of their ways, and Meatlug eats the naming stone, melts it down down with his fire and the naming stone is no more. So I love this episode. Particularly, I love the new dragons we encountered, which are the fireworms, because they posed a credible threat. There really wasn't much you could do to stop them. Luckily, the dragon riders were able to figure it out and repurpose them to another island. But for a while, it just seemed like they were going to take over the island entirely. And can I just say, what a horrible sort of creature to have, where anything it touches turns to fire. And it's not just one, there are thousands upon thousands of these things. So they just wreak havoc wherever they go. Not good. I'm surprised these things have not taken over the world by now. I loved Rough Nut and Tough Nut. You've seen in my other episodes. I love when we have very character-centric episodes where we focus on one character. We focused on Tough Nut in a previous episode, so I would like in the future to just see a Rough Nut episode, but at the same time, I did like that for the most part we got to see the twins as leaders and how horrible they are at leadership. I mean, if there was any doubt amongst the dragon riders that maybe they would be the next Hiccup, everyone knows that Hiccup knows what he's doing and has this under control, so I don't think there's going to be any revolutions or upheavals of the leader anytime soon. What I love about this is how things that we see in earlier episodes keep getting brought back. For example, our new chicken friend. The chicken is never wrong. I'm sorry you had to hear that. So all in all, this is turning out to be a wonderful series. We are at the midway point. Oh my goodness, episode 7 of 13. We have zoomed through these so quickly, but I love them and I hope you're loving them too. So as usual, let me know in the comments below what your favorite scene is and your favorite quote. And until next episode, I'm Morgan and this is the Rotoscopers YouTube.